Today I'm going to be giving you what I think is currently my best piece of audition advice for drama school auditions. I'm a third year musical theatre student at London Studio Centre, so I've been through the drama school audition process, and I think that the advice that I'm going to be sharing today is my best piece of advice that I have right now, so I hope you find it helpful. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. My name's Millie, and as I said, I'm a third year musical theatre student at London Studio Centre, and I make videos about drama school and musical theatre, drama, dance, all that kind of thing. So please subscribe if that's the sort of thing you're interested in. Okay, so let's just get started. Are you ready for my top tip? My tip is to try not to prove anything, but just to relax and enjoy. Now, before you click away from the video and think, like, what is this tip? That's really not very helpful. Let me give you 2 ways that you can apply this tip so that hopefully it makes a bit more sense and it is actually helpful for you. Okay, first way to do this is to believe that you already have a place at the school you're auditioning for. You know when you're in an audition and you look at the panel and they're like looking down, they're not even looking at you? Well, if you see that, if you glance at them and they're looking down, a lot of people, if they saw that, would think, well, they're not even looking at me. Like, how are they gonna see what I can do? How are they gonna give me a place? And they'd interpret it as more of like a negative thing. But you could look at it in a different way, right? You could look at it and be like, oh, well, they're not even looking at me, so they must have already seen everything they need to see, and so they already know I deserve a place. So you can look at it in a positive light. That's just one example, but I think this makes such a difference. If you interpret everything positively, you're automatically going to feel more positive in the audition. And so you're more likely to be able to relax and actually like let your best performance come out because you're feeling more relaxed. I'm not saying that you won't be nervous, because you might still be nervous, but I just think that looking at things in this way will just take away that added pressure of feeling like you have to prove something, and it will just make the audition experience more positive and allow your best performance to come out. Okay, so the first way is to think that you already have a place at the school you're auditioning for. The second way might sound slightly contradictory, but just hear me out for a second. The second way is to believe you have absolutely no chance of getting a place at the school. Absolutely no chance at all. Because if you have absolutely no chance of getting a place at the school, you're just auditioning for fun, for the experience, and to enjoy it, right? If you have absolutely no chance of getting into the school, you've got nothing to lose, right? You can make really bold choices, you can just relax and enjoy the experience because you're just there for the fun of it. I think this might have been what happened with my first round Arts Ed audition, the year I did it in person. So when I went to my first round in-person audition for Arts Ed, which was actually my second year of auditioning, because the first year I'd done self-tapes because it was during COVID. But when I went to my first round audition in person, I viewed Arts Ed as a really prestigious school, and I think because of that I wasn't really expecting anything. But I did the first round audition. And I remember making quite like bold acting choices in the dance round, and I ended up getting a recall. And I think that having those low expectations probably would have meant I was more relaxed and just able to enjoy the audition and just do my best, because I wasn't putting pressure on myself as much. It's hard to remember now because it was like 3 years ago, but I think I did put myself under less pressure in that first round, and I think that would have helped me perform better. So I did the audition and I got a recall. And I think when I came to the recall, that's when I should have switched to the mindset of, oh, I already have a place. Because I think when I went into the recall, I was then like, oh, well, I do have a chance of getting a place. So the mindset of there's no chance of having a place had gone. So I think that's the point I should have switched to, oh, well, therefore I already have a place, and had that mindset, the first one we were talking about. I wanted to share one more example of where I think these mindsets might have helped with my audition process, which is actually for LSC, London Studio Centre, which is where I'm at now. LSC was one of the few places I was auditioning for, possibly the only place I was auditioning for, where they had 3 dance auditions. They had ballet, jazz and tap. No, not ballet, jazz and tap, sorry. They had ballet, jazz and contemporary, and at the time I didn't feel like dance was my strong suit, so I was like, well, 3 dance auditions, like, it's probably not gonna happen for me. So I think going into it, I probably wasn't, my expectations weren't as high as they would have been for some of the other schools, but I think I felt like in general the panel liked me. I don't know why. They were probably just so lovely and welcoming to everyone anyway, because I know the staff at LSC now, and I know how nice they are. I think that helped with my audition. So I think if you can adopt the mindset of, oh, I've definitely got a place, and interpret things positively, like in the same way that I was seeing the positives in what the panel was doing and saying and blah 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 blah, then I think that that's helpful. I don't think I felt like I definitely had a place. I think when they came to read out the names for the recalls, I just had a feeling that I was going to get recalled. But then when it came to the end of the day, I remember saying to my mum after the audition, I was like, oh, I really liked it there, but I just don't think like I don't think I'm going to get a place. So I don't think I was that like confident in myself, but I think just like looking at the panel and being like, oh, I think they like me, I think that was. So to sum up, my top tip is to relax and not feel like you have to try and prove something to the panel. Just relax and enjoy performing. And I think 2 ways that might be helpful to do that are through thinking that you definitely have a place, or through thinking that you definitely don't have a place. Let me know how it goes if you try this out, because obviously I'm not auditioning for drama schools now, so I can't really try it out in the same way, but I think that might be helpful. Does this method mean you're guaranteed a spot at drama school? No. It might be that the panel auditioned someone last week who looked exactly like you, and so they can't take you. Like, you never know the reason behind the panel's decision, but I think that trying to relax and letting your best performance come out gives you a better chance of getting into the school. So I hope that this tip will be helpful. And yeah, let me know how it goes in the comments. All the best to everyone who is auditioning for drama schools at the moment. And if you want more musical theatre themed videos, then please do subscribe. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!